Hi viewers, this is your host and friend Hina Atif with her channel Rise and Shine Again. Hope you all are doing well, and if those who are not, may Allah Almighty bless you with everything you desire. Ameen. Today I've come here with something very much interesting on my behalf. I hope you might like it too. How can we heal the feeling of emptiness, hollowness, numbness, and depersonalization inside us as being humans? First of all, what we need to know is the feeling of how does this feeling of emptiness creates inside us. This sort of emotion or feeling is normal to experience at any stage of life till it becomes chronic and you start to feel emotional numbness of despair, and similar experiences may be symptomatic of various mental health conditions such as depression, adenorrhea, schizophrenia, or depersonalization. When you lose the ability to feel or express any emotion, that is called a flat effect, and that is what needs to be given an alarming result or response. A lack of insight into yourself may lead to that lingering emptiness feeling. Some might call it living with a purpose. It means that you might not have a clarity with what type of a person you actually are or you want to become. Sometimes it happens that we don't have specific goals, aims, or dreams to achieve or to target in our lives, and that leads to a sort of emptiness or hollowness in our within self. Some desired feeling empty. Some described this feeling of emptiness as being a kind of bottomless jug that can never be filled, whatever you do, and a feeling of other and separation from that exams all of the life and energy out of us. Now, what are the three basic emotional needs that leads to emptiness? The needs are: number one, competence. That is the need to feel like what we have, like we have done a good job. The second one is autonomy. That is the need to feel like we have control over whatever we do. Relatedness, that is the need to have a meaningful relationship and intermediate interactions with other people around us. Why do we literally feel emptiness or emotional numb inside? Now, this can be a result of emotional detachment or a syndrome known as depersonalization. It can be some abuse, like some childhood abuse, some physical abuse, neglection, or a syndrome known as depersonalization. It's like, in essence, an experience, a feeling of empty and detached when you are emotionally numb. We are all feeling empty and numb as far as an outside person is concerned when we are observing our outside life. So we see our life without living in it. Modern society. There are some lines from Duffy Simon, Feeling Unreal. Louise often feels like part of her is acting. At the same time, that is the other part inside me that is connecting, not with the me that is talking to you. She says, when the depersonalization is at its intense, she feels like she doesn't even exist. These experiences leave her confused about who she really is, and quite often she feels like an actress or simply a fake. Conclusively, on the surface, highly sensitive and emotionally intense people suffer from this emptiness or depersonalization. Now, let us move towards the symptoms of this empty feeling and hollowness. Have you ever asked questions of such sort to yourself? Like, why do I feel empty? Like I don't even exist? Why do I feel like nothing when I should? Why do I feel emotionally numb when I must be happy or upset? Why do I feel detached with everything and everyone around me? Why do I feel like a robot running at like in an autopilot? Feeling hollow or emotionally numb is quite prevalent in our emotion phobic modern society. There are some lines from Duffy Simon, Feeling Unreal. Louise often feels like part of her is acting. At the same time, that is the other part inside me that is connecting, not with the me that is talking to you. She says, when the depersonalization is at its intense, she feels like she doesn't even exist. These experiences leave her confused about who she really is, and quite often she feels like an actress or simply a fake. Conclusively, on the surface, highly sensitive and emotionally intense people suffer from this emptiness or depersonalization. When we humans confront with any physical danger or emotional trauma, we might verbally or physically retaliate or we might just run away. If we have no option left in our lives, we detach from ourselves, hide our true feelings in a zone, disappearing into a camouflage. When our minds can live in denial of reality, and as a result, we find ourselves just void and empty. When we have been through a very extreme physical and emotional situation, such as physical or verbal abuses, neglection, or any other forms of traumas, we will do all we can to defend ourselves against ever being hurt again. Now, this is the point where we start to build up a wall against the outside world. That is what depersonalization helps us do. It is somewhat like a protective mechanism in an electric circuit, what I feel like. Emptiness and emotional numbness kick in when we are unable to bear and face the weight of the truth and the reality of the life we are experiencing. If the effect of being an apple falling from a tree is compounded by as a culture which promotes the values of stoicism, civilization, regimentation, rationalization, as paradoxical it may sound, but in my view, As paradoxical it may sound, but in my view, these intense, emotionally numb people are the most vulnerable ones to shielding themselves by being emotionally numb in order to appear the normal in the world. It literally gives them a pseudo calm effect. It allows them to go on with their life, to attend all their work responsibility chores, and forces them to not to allow others from worrying about them. I would rather call it a quality despite of any disease, because people with this faculty appear highly functional as compared to the normal individuals. Like it inhibits your ability to laugh wholeheartedly and express emotions and feelings like sadness, enjoyment, entertainment, fun, dullness, and pleasure. By being empty, you have actually become a bystander to your own personality and life. You actually become a detached from your innermost passion and emotions, existence, and the real you. You may feel detached from your body, gradually losing the ability to attend to signals of hunger or sadness, tiredness, or even lose your natural sex drive in schema therapy being carried out in US. The wall you build between your true self and the outer one is called a detached protector. It is essential to understand that feeling empty is not your essential choice. Rather, you must be compassionate to your true self. Now, the solutions to this, to the ones suffering from feelings like hollowness, emptiness, depersonalization, or feeling numbness emotionally. First of all, we have to learn to be aware that we are suffering from these. Give yourself time for everything, space for fun and enjoyment. Go out for a long drive. Grieve open. It's it's simply natural to sometimes convert to uncertain, spontaneous activities or events. Go for a long drive. Don't worry what's going to happen in the morning. Watch a movie, hang out with your friends. Share your feelings and emotions with the most intimate ones. Watch a movie. Start to take care of each everything your that belongs to you, your body, your inner self, your outer self, because everything is indeed being bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We must be again grateful despite resenting to Allah the Almighty from blessing us with this detached protector, which directly or indirectly. Don't worry about each and everything. Believe me, no one's gonna change whatever you do. Start connecting yourself spiritually through salat and zikr, that is remembrance of Allah the Almighty. Practice yoga, meditation, and other relaxation mindfulness techniques that might suit you a lot. Whether you're experiencing a difficult relationship, losses, humiliations, and feeling a lack of purpose, meaning of your existence, you're still meaning and purpose of your life. You're still worthy of living a fulfilling and meaningful life wholeheartedly. Try a little constructive wallowing in any emotions you're having. And remember, curiosity, awareness, and compassion is the goal, not the judgment. I found some beautiful lines of Rebecca Valdiva regarding depersonalization. Now, to start with the lines. I know you see me, but I'm blind to see you. Numb to you because you are just as blind as me. I know you feel me, but I cannot touch you. No reach can pull you closer because you are not there. I know you hear me, but I'm deaf to your cries. Nothing desensitizes me more than your anguish. I know you hold me, but it's no more than the existence of a ghost. A ghost of my present existence is a distant memory of the past. I know you see me. You must see me. If I no longer possess myself, I have no self. Without my sense of self, I wither to a pale shell. This shell is growing cold. Please show me yourself. Let me see you. Let me remember what it is like to no longer to be a memory, to be no longer to be empty. I know you are me, but I'm not you. There is not you. There is no me. All that is left, my empty shell that was once filled by a soul. Mirror, mirror, who is looking at me? Is it you, woman? She has no emotions now. She has no air. She has no being, just an empty stare. She has to go now. It's only right. To not have yourself is to lose the fight. It is to be dead before your heart stops beating. I'm dead inside, cold in my heart, stuck in a memory. I'm just a memory. I no longer exist. Just a word. Just a true word. So viewers, these were lines of a woman who has been murdered from inside and outside. She has totally lost herself. So we have to give consideration to this, that no one around us is suffering from this sort of depersonalization or emptiness, and we might help them till the best we can. I wish you all the best of luck. Till my next video, stay tuned and please do like, share, subscribe to my channel. Rise and shine every day. Goodbye.